Awesome. All right. Great. All right. So, Gina, if you can just let me know if you can see our screen.
Certainly can. Yes.
What is your plan E? So what we're going to talk about today and share with the attendees is about starting your own business. Sometimes it's really important to look at ways to earn additional income. And having a side gig or an Etsy store or doing something that you enjoy can also be a revenue generator. So it's really nice to be with you today. As Gina shared, my name is Grace Himmelwright, and I'm here with my friend and colleague and business partner, Carol Straczynski.
Hi, everybody.
And today what we're going to talk about is a movement. And this movement, we're going to call Plan E. So moving from being an employee to an entrepreneur. So you can see the small e and the number 2, and then the big E, and that's being an entrepreneur. See, there's never been a greater time in history to become an entrepreneur. There's also never been more options to consider, decisions to make, or risks to avoid. So today's presentation is going to be covering that information. And we call it Plan E, or being an entrepreneur. Did the slide change, Gina?
No, it did not. It did not.
Okay.
Change.
All right. Thanks for letting me know. So we will fix that. It's real important that if you want to see these slides, let me just start back at the beginning here. Okay. So I'm going to do a new share because I don't want you to have to take copious notes if there's something that resonates with you. So I want to show you where you can get this information. Okay. So if you go to our website, and I'll just show mine, Carol has one as well. It says at the top, E2E, makethemove.com/grace. So if I did this correctly, you should be seeing that information. And then you can go to, in the upper right-hand corner, you can go to presentations, which is right here. And then I'm going to start a new screen share to make sure you see the screen and it progresses for you guys. Once you're on the website, you can find these presentations. Okay. So this is the presentation that we are going through today. So that way you can see all of the slides. And if you click over here to where the bubble is, the conversation bubble, you'll be able to see a lot of the notes that we're talking from. Okay. So hopefully that is helpful. And like I said, spares you from having to take copious notes with what we're going over today. Okay, so I'm going to try to screen share again. That information, I think I'm just going to start at the beginning. Thank you for putting that out, Gina. Appreciate you so much.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
All right, so we are now screen sharing that slide and presentation. Let me make sure that that shares as well so that everyone can see it. Why is my meeting controls not coming up?
It says you are sharing.
Okay, I'm screen sharing. Beautiful. Thanks, Carol. Okay. Make that there, and then now comes the big question. Does it move forward? I don't think it did.
No, we're not seeing it. We're seeing the websites, the website page.
Okay, thank you for that. I will
Sure.
stop that share and start a new one. Third time's a charm, right? Okay. Should be that. And then. Okay. All right, I think we got it this time. Did it move forward?
It is moving. You're good.
All right, great, because we're ready to dive in. So if you would like to participate in this, you're welcome to share in the chat, and then Gina can tell us. But we're going to start with a few warm-up questions. Even if you don't want to share, with the group or on our Zoom today, if you just want to even make a note and think about these things. All right, the first question is a bit personal. And that's because even though entrepreneurship is a business, it's also very personal. And it's going to reflect you and who you are. So I want you to think about 3 areas of your life that you want more freedom and control over. And you can see on the screen, there's a lot of different areas of your life. So who you work with, your creativity, where you live, your time. Do you want to have more fun? Are you needing time to care for family and friends? Do you want to do something meaningful? Does it matter where you work? And are you able to buy the stuff you need? There's no wrong answer, but which one of these areas where you want more freedom and control really resonates with you? Because it's important that you focus on you when you're starting a new business.
Grace,
Yes.
I think your slides are not advancing. We're still on slide 2 where it says a few warm-up questions.
Okay, thanks for that, Gina.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, perfect.
Do you see what are your 2 whys now?
Yes, page 4. Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Okay. So as we talk about your whys, what we're talking about is what matters to you. And it could be either a person that matters to you, or it could be things. And again, there's no wrong answers here, okay, as to what matters to you. But realizing that something needs to resonate with you is what we're talking about, okay? So just take a moment, and if you're writing it down, go ahead and write down what's important to you and what do you want to see be different. On your screen now, you should see 2 quotes, one from Tony Gaskins and one from Eleanor Roosevelt. And they're 2 very different mindsets. If you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. So does that resonate with you? Do you realize that when you're working for an employer, you're really building for your employer, right? Your job is to benefit your employer. That's why you're employed. And Eleanor Roosevelt very famously said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So whether you want to move away from being an employee, if that's what resonates with you, or you want to move towards living your dream life, either way, these 2 can be very motivating. Typically, someone's resonates to one or the other. So the mission that we're talking about today of moving from employee to entrepreneur is a mission of empowerment to live on your terms and to help you gain more freedom over your time and money. And if you have entrepreneurship running in your blood, if it's in your DNA, so to speak, a serial entrepreneur like Carol, myself, then honestly, you truly won't be fulfilled until you make the move from employee to entrepreneur. It's about being who you were meant to be, because only after making that move will you build what you were meant to build. And then you'll be able to impact the lives of people that you were meant to impact and make a difference in the world, because the world really is led by entrepreneurs. So why entrepreneurship? Well,
Grace, I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Oh,
We're
please.
still on slide 4.
oh my goodness, why is that busting like that? I'm so sorry. Let's see if I can bring you up to slide 7, which is where I am. All right, let's start over. Thank you, Gina.
Of course, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. And it's just a topic that we're so passionate about and we really want to share. So I stopped screen sharing. I'm going to reopen, but thankfully you can go to the website and see it as well. But for our class today, we really do want to share it. All right, so I'm going to open the presentation and catch up to slide 7. Carol's going to look so good because it's going to be perfect for her, which is fine. Thanks for your patience, everybody. All right, so you should see slide 7 now.
Looks good.
All right, let's see if it moves to slide 8 though, Gina.
No. Oh, it did. It just did.
All
Yep.
right. So we're going to go back one and finish talking about slide 7. So again, talking about entrepreneurship and freedom, it's important to have the opportunity to unleash your dreams and your creativity. The average employment position, it's not designed to offer you freedom. It's designed to give you a paycheck, right? For delivering to your employer and fulfilling a job in a defined job. So what I'm saying is that entrepreneurship is a place where folks that are not designed for limitations thrive. And entrepreneurs need flexibility. They need freedom to be creative and dream. But here's the catch. Freedom, requires time and money, and entrepreneurship is the only way to get that kind of control of freedom. When you punch the clock for someone else, that's not freedom, right? You're on their time earning money from your employer. So as an employee, if your plan A was to get a promotion, and if plan B was finding a better job, Carol is now going to talk to us about the new plan, the one we call plan E. Oops, boy, that went real fast, Carol, sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, your plan E. Your plan E leads to entrepreneur lifestyle, owning your day, working when you want, collaborating with whomever you like. It's your escape plan for making a smooth transition from where you are to the business that you want. Your entrepreneur plan gives you an easier way by lowering risks and removing obstacles. And most importantly, your plan E can put you in the helping hands of an experienced E2E leaders who can guide you on that journey. There will always be failures along the road to building a business, but a solid plan can help you keep moving forward in the midst of those stumbles, so you're not forced to retreat back to employment. It's the difference between hitting a dead end or hitting the mark. Having a clear, solid plan dramatically increases your chances of making it. Eventual freedom over time and money. That's the target that we're shooting for.
Nice.
So let's explore the essential elements of a solid plan E. We're going to go over the risks, the reality, the mindset, the answers, the people, the options, and finally, the E factor. First, the risks. As you see, there's a slide up here that details all of them. Any one of these risks can knock you back. The goal is to calculate the particular risks for the business you choose. You need to ask yourself some questions. What are the startup costs? Can you afford the startup costs? Is there a proven system to follow that you can get predictable results? Do you have to develop your own marketing material from scratch, or can you utilize what somebody already has developed for you? As you know, technology is essential to any business today.
Always our challenge,
Yes,
isn't
and
it?
it's a challenge, and it's so helpful when you have somebody that handles it for you. Can you share the tech costs with others to lower your investments? Can you get cash positive before you run out of capital? Either having few questions or having too many can be a problem. Are you prepared for both scenarios? How fast do you think you can increase cash flow to go from burning it to making it? Have you considered the legal documents and contracts you need to protect your business? That's a lot of questions to consider, but looking at how to lower or to avoid these risks should be one of the first steps that you take. If it sounds like hard work, good, it is. True entrepreneurs never back away from hard work. They welcome the challenge. By being realistic, you can help prevent loss of momentum, loss of your business, and loss of your dreams. Speaking of being realistic, our next essential is the reality. I'm going to put this bluntly. Becoming a successful entrepreneur is going to hurt a lot. If you want to earn the rewarding, lasting, freeing success that owning a business can provide, you're going to have to be tough, really tough. That's the reality, but it can also be very worth it. Just know it is going to be hard. How hard and worth it being an entrepreneur compared to other opportunities? Let's chart it. Easy is at the bottom of the chart. Hard is at the top. Not worth it is on the left, and worth it is on the right. First, we mark down low skill and high skill jobs. A low skill job, one that almost anyone can be trained to do, can be quite easy, but probably doesn't pay all that much, making it not worth it for many. High skill jobs can require a far greater level of training, education, intelligence, or talent, or even all of those. Due to how extraordinary the individuals who qualify for these jobs are, the work can become relatively easy for them and also be worth it, as high skill jobs can pay well. The problem with high skill jobs is that there are fewer positions available and few who qualify, which puts these kind of jobs out of reach for most people. But note this, even high-skilled employees somewhere up the ladder are still working for an entrepreneur who determines when they work and how much they earn. You're always working for somebody else. Now we add low and high paid managers. Low paid management positions, which only pay a little more than low skill jobs, load on more responsibilities and more headaches. These jobs are generally harder due to the added stress and pressure, but are only a little more worth it. Sure, a high paid management position often comes with a pay hike, but it often involves massive pressure and long hours. This can make the higher salaries and perks only seem a little more worth it. Finally, we mark the opportunity of the entrepreneur. The reality is clear. It's the hardest, but also the most worth it. There are countless entrepreneurs that have no more talent, intelligence, or training than you or me. What they do have is grit, determination, vision, and self-belief. They welcome the hardships because they know it will prepare them and qualify them for the unlimited possibilities only offered by being a business owner themselves. For the prize of their freedom and their dreams, are you willing to run the gauntlet? Are you?
One of the phenomena you'll likely face is what marketing guru Seth Godin refers to as the dip. Often when entrepreneurs first get started, they're in what we call the honeymoon phase, all right? Here, there's considerable reward. We call it uninformed enthusiasm, right? They're very enthusiastic, but they don't know all of the challenges that they're about to face. But then as the realities of business set in, the endless hours of work, the frustrations, the more informed they are about what they need to do, then that's where the dip happens. And here, sadly, this is where dreams can die, because the hours of work, the constant frustrations for little money and not a lot of appreciation can sometimes outweigh the initial rewards. This dark valley is where most people will quit. It's sadly the boneyard of new businesses. the graveyard of dreams. But if you can push through the dip, on the other side is the rise. And the top of that other side is the payoff. That's where your efforts are rewarded. And the business now scales towards your dreams. This becomes the reality. Well, will you beat the dip or will the dip beat you? Will you persist and win? And you can read more about the dip in Seth Godin's book, The Dip. It really is a very fast read and uplifting. You might want to check it out. Seth Godin's book, The Dip. Knowing the reality of what we're talking about, now it's time to talk about mindset. Because there's a certain mindset that every entrepreneur must have. In fact, it's a prerequisite for success. Wouldn't you say, Carol?
Absolutely.
Best-selling author Steve Siebold said, "You're either growing or dying. Stagnation does not exist in the universe." So there's a mindset you need to keep growing and to prevent that stagnation. Because you're going to face a chasm of struggles. There's no way around it. There's a luxury of 9 to 5, right? But those are the thing of the past when you're starting your business, when you're an entrepreneur. It might be 16-hour days, or you'll have to work on weekends. Are you going to have hobbies and entertainment? Well, park them, not forever, but just realize that when you're starting, your business comes first, sometimes even before family, for a short period of time. You might go out of balance for a short period of time to be able to have balance for the rest of your life. You know, you have to get used to hearing no. You'll need all the positivity you can get. So try to move negative people out of your life, at least for a time being, until you become immune to them. Prepare for every day to be a little uncomfortable. And realize that that's what you need to do to get your business going. This is the mindset of an entrepreneur when you're starting out. Entrepreneurs have to be willing to make sacrifices because we believe it will be absolutely worth it in the future for ourselves, for our families, to earn the life we want, to cross the divide from others owning your time and dictating your money to you owning it. You have to become mentally tough. These are 4 mental toughness tips that will help you to prepare yourself to be resilient, to work on the same goal for years. We like to talk about until. How long will it take? Until you get it. So you have to apply sustained concentration. All right. Persistent focus. Use your emotions to help you. It's a poor navigator for your business, but it's a motivator that you can use to motivate yourself. Use logic that's fueled by data, metrics, and brutal honesty to steer your business. And number 4, face your fears. Push forward with courage because you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. These tips will help you make the mental leap from employee to entrepreneur. You've heard us use the term grit today. Grit is sticking with your future, day in and day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years. This is perhaps the number 1 quality that determines who will persist and who quits when that dip happens, who succeeds or who fails. Grit can't be taught, it can't be bought. But it is something you must possess if you're going to overcome the chasm that we talked about. With your mindset firmly in place, you're ready to write down the answers you must have before you start your business. These answers are the prerequisite before you make any moves. This is the core to your plan E. Consider them carefully. Research them thoroughly. Let's start with industry. With intention, what industry will you choose? Consider the stability of that industry, the potential trends and the size. Who is your market? Not what, but who. Who is the precise client group that you're going to serve? Every industry is filled with different demographics and target consumers. Identify yours. And what's your differentiator? You know, as women, a lot of times we are our own brand. We are differentiated. We just need to identify that and what makes us offering different than what our competitors offer. So what is your special formula, your secret sauce, so to speak? And can others easily copy it, or can you protect it from the competitors? What is your clearly defined product or service? We teach people how money works. Part of that is helping people understand their financial path, how Medicare works, how so many things that are part of an important aspect of someone's financial picture. That's our service, right? So talking about your service and clearly defining it, how much will you cost versus someone else? Who will provide your business with the materials, the inventory, or services that you need to offer? What's the big solution you're going to bring to the world? So write down the one great problem you're going to solve and why your target market wants that problem solved. And lastly, write down your ability. What qualifies you and your business partners to be the ones to solve this great problem for your market? For us, we have seminars, we have our book, How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. That's what we bring and how we serve people. You need to define your parameters for your business and the critical work that will refine your vision and sharpen your focus. It needs to be something that you love and that other people will want. With your answers in hand, it's time to determine the people question. You need to surround yourself with and involve who you want to be with from day one. After all, the people you pick are just as critical as the business that you choose to be in.
Your partners, mentors, and collaborators will impact every way you'll be measured as an entrepreneur, what your successes will look like, and what your income will look like. As a great Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about those 5 people in your life currently. Do you want to be the average of them? To be a successful entrepreneur, it may be time to make some hard decisions about who you spend your time with. Our number one core belief with E2E is that we lose when we go it alone, and we win when we depend on one another. I had the right people to help me. That's why I do what I do with E2E now, to pay it forward. Mentorship is essential for entrepreneurs to succeed. At every step, we need the strength of encouragement, step-by-step guidance, experience from those who have gone before us, and camaraderie. The all-important laughter, support, and friendship that help us bear the defeats and share the victories. Helen Keller put it best, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. As we approach the finish line of your Plan E, let's examine the options available. Remember, you're the boss. You will decide if you work 4 hours a week, 40 hours, or 80 hours. Working more hours can give you velocity, but any number of hours is viable. It's up to you. Some entrepreneurs can produce substantial incomes with a very small but very focused time investment. It all depends on the business you choose. Spare time, part-time, full-time, or big time. You're the boss.
And sometimes starting out spare time, maybe 4 or 5 hours a week, moving to part-time, what we talk about like 20 hours a week, until you're able to transition to full-time and into the big time is what path many people need to take. So look at this quote from Inc. magazine. Many people are working full-time, but also pursuing their business passions on the side. That's what we're talking about. And these people are just as much entrepreneurs as those who do it full-time. Don't let anyone tell you that you're 4 hours a week working maybe in the morning on your website or your Etsy store, or maybe at night after the kids are in bed, or on the weekend, is not the same sweat of a true entrepreneur, or the foundation of a great business. Because I'll tell you, it definitely is. Those are the seeds of change that we plant that reap great harvests. And now here's the final essential element of your plan, your E plan. We call it the E factor. The factor every entrepreneur must look at. We've certainly learned this as we've begun our post-COVID pandemic. Technology is really, really important. It's the new normal, isn't it? Zoom. The E factor also talks about digitally enabled entrepreneur. The advantage of being able to work from anywhere with anyone at any time. You know, the Institute embraced this when they started this incredible offering to women through the Institute for Women Wellness and Work from Ursuline College, going digital. Why? Well, because it can be at any time on your time with low risk, low investment, right? No inventory, and it's scalable. Digital businesses offer benefits that are undeniable. It's not pie in the sky, futuristic, or only for techies, right? We make it through.
Yeah, we make it work.
It's real. It's now. It's possible. So when looking at adding a digital business to your portfolio, make sure it has many of these items that you see on the screen. Does the business offer videos for texting? Can you email and do web marketing? Is the business that you're considering able to, well, work with mobile tools? Can you close sales and communicate with clients over screen share? Can clients and customers of yours, can they complete transactions online? It's critically important. We still talk about doing paperwork, even though there's really no paper involved when working with clients. Yeah. And will you have the marketing tools you need to generate people interested in reaching out to you? And how will you get leads and build an online presence? And can you communicate with your team, the people you're in business with, 100% digitally? The more remote capabilities that you can check off and digital offerings, the better the chance of success you will have. Well, we've gone through some of the essentials you need for a solid plan E. Completing this plan will help you get organized, get clarity, avoid setbacks and dips, and accelerate your success. Our final challenge to you is live it. Being an entrepreneur is about breaking free, no excuses, and no looking back. Own the freedom to be your own boss. Set your schedule, work from anywhere. Focus on what's important in your life, people you love, what you love to do. Take away limits and become a leader, because we believe that as women, we are meant to be leaders. And in case no one has told you, let me tell you, you can be wealthy. You can own your own business. You can live the life of your dreams by being an entrepreneur. Embrace this. What then is freedom, if not the power to live as one wishes? If you were born to be an entrepreneur, a leader, I'm here to tell you today, on behalf of Carol, myself, the Institute, and all of our other people that dream and advocate helping folks become entrepreneurs. There is an easier way. You can make the move if you're ready. And if you need help, be sure you surround yourself with other like-minded individuals that are going to help you to build your dreams, to exceed from where you are right now and be successful. And take the time to visit our website and look through these slides and answer the questions for yourself that we talked about, and go forward. And as you go forward and you build your dream, be sure you reach out to other women and help them to also build their dreams. And we're really excited to share this information with you. So remember, check out our website and go through those slides and share them and put your plan E together. Thanks so much. That's what we wanted
Thanks.
to share with you today.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Grace and Carol.